5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
What is going on? Welcome into another edition of the Skol Experience on a beautiful Wednesday here. Well, I guess from Minnesota and North Carolina and Florida. How are you guys doing?
Oh yeah,
centrally located.
I bet you Dave is probably enjoying the day as far as his location the best today.
Yeah,
but it was pretty
we're
solid.
having decent weather.
Yeah, I think ours was like around 60 degrees today. So
Yeah,
I mean,
Minnesota.
We'll
Minnesota has been.
Hi, Gary.
Gary. Minnesota's been.
What up, Gary?
No
Our
snow
guy,
all
Gary
winter
in the
long, which has been
building.
pretty nice. And now, of course, we're supposed to get hit with like 12 inches over the weekend. So
That's what she said.
Ooh.
No she that I've ever talked to. You can say that. I can say that because there's not many people in here and not me.
Clip it.
Clip it.
Make it short.
Gary, you can clip that for sure. I don't know if Gary heard what you said right there.
Maybe not.
But
yeah.
So how we doing?
Going with the office, man.
How are we feeling about the most recent moves made by the Vikes?
I mean, a lot of solid depth pieces. You know, I mean, I know that Jihad Ward kind of coming off a solid season with the Giants. I think they said he had 5 sacks or something. So nice depth at linebacker. Outside of that, I mean, no huge names. I mean, the Shaq Griffin one I really like. So I think that was a solid signing. You know, obviously he had that really good season in 2019 with the Seahawks. Had 79 career starts. So I think it's gonna be. I'm looking forward to what he can do. It's a solid veteran cornerback. I mean, obviously, I still think we need a little more help there, but I mean, Xavier Howard would have been a nice addition. Obviously, with the familiarity with Flores, but you're still getting yourself a starting corner. So yeah, I mean, a bunch of low risk moves, and I know obviously looking at how they structured the cap for Van Ginkel and Grenard, and I mean, I know they and Aaron Jones added some void years.
Kicking the can down the road,
right? Kicking the can down.
Oh my God!
I mean,
but did you see they did not?
Well, you can't really. So they might be able to make another move still. So who knows?
Kicking the can down the road. Oh my God! Just
so keep it light. What's going on, Dan? What's going on? Hey,
man. Wilf's telling them to do it. They're controlling them.
Hey guys, another show, another giveaway. Just like Monday's show, I got these Ivan Pace Jr. Pandora rookie cards, Prizm, out of 400, as you can see right here. So some numbered Prizm, Ivan Pace Jr. rookie cards. Hopefully he gets number 0 soon, but get the hashtag Skulls in the comments, subscribe to us GG Sports Podcast and Dave with Minnesota Sports Talk, and like the video. Of course. What up, AJ? AJ's in the building. What's poppin', Skol gang? What's up? Still an exciting offseason. Yogi, hashtag Skol. Yep, get them hashtag Skols in. So with Griffin, switching back to this stuff we were talking about. With Griffin, I like the signing. We need some sort of veteran presence in there. I think I would have rather had us grab Howard, especially like on the same day that we signed Griffin. Howard like comes out and saying that he loves playing in Brian Flores' defense and all that kind of stuff. So I think I would have liked him. I like Griffin a lot, and I remember the last time he was a free agent, it was definitely a guy that I think a lot of people were like, that'd be cool if we could go get him. I think the only thing with him is I haven't looked enough into it and the reason why, but how many teams did he play with this past season? Was it just
2? He started with
2?
Houston, and I think he went to Carolina. They cut him.
They cut him. So that's the kind of thing that, you know,
right.
Hopefully he comes in and he steps up, and he still had a problem. I mean, I think I've seen Dustin Baker put out there that he would have had the highest PFF grade out of all our cornerbacks, which I don't think probably is saying a ton. But, you know, you get that veteran presence at the very least. I wish maybe we got a guy like Howard or Gilmore or even White instead. But, hey, we'll take the body in there and bring that veteran presence. And as far as the other guys go, obviously, lower signing moves, it is really funny how we're kind of bringing all these Houston defenders together, grabbing another one. What's that, like 3 or 4 now on our defense?
Yeah,
and
right.
I saw Grenard tweet out, and you're bringing. I mean, I'm sure he's really tight with a lot of these players, so they've got to be happy to come here and kind of be a part of this together. And Van Ginkel is, Van Ginkel and what's his name? Griffin are kind of like coming from other teams. I remember seeing, or I saw something on Twitter. I think I tweeted something out saying like you can tell which players are from the same team because Van Ginkel was kind of in the press conference, was like off to the side compared to them or whatever. So there's going to be kind of that like community for them. But overall, I don't know. Solid pieces. Obviously, you're just hoping that they make the 53-man roster. They can step up in those places. But what do you think on all the recent signings, Dave?
Defensive tackle. It feels like they're throwing spaghetti against the wall.
Yeah,
there.
Definitely.
Ward, I guess, was the guy that told Rodgers, I don't know you in the preseason last year.
Hold on 1 second, Dave. Sorry, I know I interrupt you all the time, but Dylan Dotson, fellas, we have to. This is worth it. That episode,
Dave, this is yours, man.
Yeah, that episode with Wabi was top notch. Great job. It really was. It really was. On Monday, we did that video with Wabi, and we got some real good insights on the draft process and the free agency from a media standpoint.
Jamie got told he was right a couple of times.
Yeah,
so
and that's the reason why I
never happens.
Yeah, and that's the reason why I interrupted Dave to talk about it, because I was working my way towards that. But no, it was a good video, and if anybody has not seen it yet, you should definitely go on Dave's channel and see the interview with Wabi, because he gives great insight on what it's like to be kind of a part of the draft process and free agency, especially from a media standpoint, and what the kind of things that they have to say as being the face of the media, and even looking in between the lines of what some people have to say, like whether it's your GM or not. Just a lot of good information. So definitely
might actually be a good episode for our boy JJ to watch a time or two to really get the inside scoop on how it works there for when he eventually, steps into those shoes in that job.
Yep, exactly. Jamie, it's Adam's birthday. Card man. Adam, it's your birthday today?
It is. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Yeah, let me know if it's your birthday. I'll definitely hook you up for sure.
He'll get you a Josh Darnold or a Sam Darnold Vikings card, considering he came from your team.
I can
get him a Joshua Dobbs Viking card. There we go.
I got you. Yes, even though Sam Darnold's your guy, right, Adam?
Tell us all the good things about Sam Darnold so Dave can cringe.
I got some things.
Yeah.
I like that. I liked Griffin signing. Yeah. I thought he had really great concentration on when he was trying to break up passes, and the ball skills are there, and I think he's a dog, and he's got the size. So I think it's a guy in experience that could be the other side of the equation for Murphy. So I just think it was a good idea, man. It was a good depth piece, if not a starter. Because those three young guys, you just don't know what's going to come out of that.
Yeah, for sure.
I still have hope for Booth. I feel like why can't that guy start? And
he was solid. I mean, he played a decent amount at the end of the season last year, and nobody was talking about him, which is actually kind of good, right?
There is a Brian Flores doghouse, I believe. I think there is one.
Yeah.
I
think Lewis Cine is firmly planted in there. Outside, holes in the roof, stuck outside in the doghouse.
Where we're willing to give a 35-year-old safety $9 million.
Right.
Keep him from playing. Even though he's my favorite player.
Right. I do want to talk, or just switching back just real quick to, actually, let me shout. We got Joey Hawkins in the building.
Joey.
What's going on? Joey, actually, I forgot. I have to tell Casey about that. But Joey Hockey next Monday when we do a mock draft.
I saw that.
Oh, you saw it? Okay.
So
we're gonna have Joey on there with us.
Joey. We'll do the same
Monday.
Outside the third round, I know nobody.
And I want to shout out the boy Sodak kid.
Of course.
Did I miss anybody else in here? I don't think I did. I already talked about Dylan Dotson. We're good here. Just talking about, because that's the whole point. Like, regardless of everything that's going on, that I think a lot of Viking fans like in this offseason, Dave's point with that defensive interior, we're leaving a pretty big, he's going to hate it. We're going to leave a pretty big gap in that. And it really feels like, obviously, we only have, we have 2 first-round picks that we assume are going to be used or somehow to go grab our quarterback of the future. Maybe we don't have to. We'll see what happens with that. But other than that, we don't have 2 picks until the 4th round. So the idea of really grabbing a defensive interior early in the draft might not happen. So that makes you think like there's a solid possibility that we go into next season with not much, with kind of what we have right now as far as defensive interiors, unless you get like a 4th round defensive interior player in the draft to step up this year.
Right. Which I mean, I think is going to be the case if you can't move up and get a guy like Sweat. I think if you grab McKinley Jackson or Christian Boyd in the 4th, 5th round, I think you're going to be sitting pretty good there. But yeah, they're going to have to hit on some mid to late round defensive talent. Maybe if toss a guard in there. I know, I'm pretty high on Cooper Beebe. If we could somehow bring him in the 4th round as well. If you can come out of the 4th and 5th round with 2 defensive tackles and a guard in Cooper Beebe with your quarterback in the 1st round,
yeah,
stoked. I'd be absolutely stoked at that.
Yeah,
so like the guard situation, we got that guy from the Bears, but Brandel makes more money than him. So right now, I think left guard is Brandel.
Yep,
could be. But if you grab a guy like Cooper Beebe, you can put him at right guard, jump Ingram to left guard, and maybe grab a new center. I don't know.
At this point,
I don't want Ingram switching positions. Maybe you do better there.
Maybe.
Yeah. Dan, I 100% agree with that. I mean, if you're going to take Nix or Penix, I think it would have to be if you decide to just stick and pick at 23. Which
that's
again,
what I would do.
I still think it might be. I don't know.
I don't want that, but there's a scenario here where we don't feel confident enough in JJ McCarthy to go up to number 4, and then and anyone that's watched the Wabi video, I'm not convinced that the Giants are a team that's going to end up getting JJ McCarthy. Also, before that video was before we found out that they have this private meeting.
You look like geniuses.
Yeah. Look,
even though I was the guy that brought it up, so I was actually the genius. So.
Well, until the next day, JJ McCarthy had dinner and everything with the Giants. So,
yeah, I did a couple videos on it because I watched it, and it's like I was watching a Giants podcast, and I thought these guys thought they would trade with us, and I'm like,
right.
I don't think you're ready to give up on a QB. And I did a short or something on it, like, hey, the Giants is who I'm afraid of going up and getting their guy. And sure enough, we do the video. I bring it up to Wabi, and the next day it's freaking they're bringing in JJ McCarthy. It's right. Like, okay. Now, one of those things is like, hey, come up and trade with us. We're looking at quarterbacks or get somebody. Or go up and trade with the Chargers to get your guy, because then hey, our guy will be there at 6.
Yeah, which again I think it's what at this time of the year it is what teams do when they're so they're sitting at 6 thinking like, well, there's going to be receivers at 4 and 5. What if the one guy we don't want? There's 2 guys we like more than the other ones. What if one of them doesn't make it? So if we say we really like McCarthy, it'll cause a team to jump up ahead of us. So at least 2 options are there for us at 6 instead of just 1.
Right.
There's all these different scenarios you got to think of. Then plus, if they took JJ McCarthy, would any of us be 100% shocked?
Who? The Giants?
Yeah, if the Giants took McCarthy at 6, 100% shocked.
I would not be. No.
Exactly.
And that's what's scary part is there's a real possibility you go in here and you end up not getting JJ McCarthy because you're not confident enough to go to number 4.
Right.
And if the Giants
give up if they don't
for the cost. And there's a chance that one of these teams, whether it's the Giants, the Raiders, the Broncos, like him more than we do, where they are, even though we have more firepower, probably as far as trade up.
Well, yeah, what your picks are this year.
Yeah, you got 2 first-round picks. Yeah. So, but that's a real possibility that. And I'm going to be scared shitless if we literally let this draft drop to number 6 and it's the Giants sitting there and we're waiting for his name to be called, but there's a chance we don't get any of the top 4. And then what do we do? Like, do we wait to the end of the first round to go and we just pick a Penix or pick a Bo Nix?
So how about this? Since you're going to lose the JJ bet, obviously, so you're minus $10.
Yeah.
There's going to be stipulations. If JJ McCarthy gets to 6, I bet the Giants take him. You taking the action? Double or not? I mean, I guess technically
double or nothing.
God,
if he makes it to
and we
6.
talked about how bad a quarterback room that would be. With
Yeah,
you
I
just
would
gave
I would
Danny
put my
4
money.
minutes.
I'll go double. Double or nothing.
Okay,
I think
so
if it goes to number
if he's
6,
available at 6, you don't think the Giants take him?
yes, and I will say that because I do think the Giants
Just
wouldn't
want receiver,
risk
which
that.
I agree with.
Well, I think they want
We
receiver,
talked
but
about it. They need one. They have.
why
You're
wouldn't
right.
you
They
try to trade up with? You might even trade one spot with the Chargers at that point, because then now they know that the Chargers still know they're going to get a wide receiver. Then if you move back once, so I feel like the Giants wouldn't even allow it to get to number 6.
Okay,
You know,
we'll see. I mean, that's part of the bet. So you're good on that. Then we'll go with it. If he gets 6,
So
I think they take him. You don't think they do? Okay,
I'm in for it.
Cool. All right, I like it. Yeah. I like it. Friendly wagering here on the Full Experience.
Hey, sports betting's legal now in North Carolina, starting like a Monday ago or something. I didn't realize nobody here has played DraftKings before. I'm like,
I mean, we can, as long as it's with the tribe. They have the Hard Rock has a app.
I didn't know Florida didn't have regular sports betting yet. Dang, I would have thought they would have.
We're the buckle of the Bible Belt.
Yeah, true.
No, it's because the Seminole Indians control most of the gambling down here.
Ah, okay, interesting. But yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting draft. What we got from Dylan here? I think the Giants brought in Drew Lock for quarterback competition. The quarterback interest is all smoke from the Giants, and I could see that. I mean, Daniel Jones shouldn't come back and just get the starting job. And Drew Lock, I know Jamie, like you said, he has shown flashes. I think, for a team, if you want to talk about a bridge quarterback, I think he could be a bridge quarterback for a team. But I do think Daniel Jones played pretty bad coming up, last season before he got hurt. And now he's, come back off any injury, make him compete, get him a legitimate wide receiver one. Because I'm guessing if you're looking at 6, your odds are you're probably going to get Ramo Odunze, who I think is, obviously one of the top 3 receivers in this draft. Yeah, I mean, I if it was all smoke, I would not doubt it one bit.
And I think it is smoke, but it's kind of working on me. It's scaring me shitless.
What do they say about where there's smoke? There's fire.
Yeah, it's scaring me. Like them saying that, I'm like, damn, maybe they will go. Like I like JJ McCarthy enough where I would be definitely cool for. I'd like him to land at 11, and for us to pick him there. But I like him enough where I'm like, hey, you just gotta go get the guy. Buckle of the Bible Belt is much more flattering than armpit of the South. Yeah.
Great point.
The armpit.
He's always got zingers. Dude, we're the last bastion of freedom here, man.
That's what the buzz.
We're the last bastion of freedom.
As Dylan says here, Dave, that's what the buzz is telling me, just for you.
That's what the buzz is telling me. Well, what do you think of Schefter's report that, hey, is my understanding that the Texans approached Kwesi with the trade, not the other way around?
I mean, I would prefer it to be from Kwesi's standpoint. I would prefer that just because then okay, he does have like a plan in place, but I don't mind I still think it's a good play by him regardless. Right. But I would rather it had been his idea.
Back to them though. He initially said, he initially turned it down, then he went back to them and agreed and kind of talked it out. So
this is the way I look at it. He's open to trading. People know that. So
yeah.
The Texans probably saw his press conference about Sam not being a bridge and we're flexible. We may not draft a QB. And the Texans go, let me help you out there. No, I doubt it was like that, but it did make me feel so much better after we made that trade. But yeah, he's known to be open to trading, and he already could have had calls between everybody, and relationships already built to where
which he should be doing.
That might be something I'm interested in. And then as far as the trading value goes, we lost out on like 10-15% on that deal. I didn't feel that way because I put more weight on the first round pick this year.
Which generally you see if someone was really going to trade up into the first round, unless it's the Lions with us at 12 or whatever.
I have a continued point on that.
Sorry.
That I expect, I think Kwesi and us, because he is going for it. He's not sitting back. We're not we're not tanking this year. That second round pick next year is hopefully going to be really low in that round. So it would kind of increase the value of the trade for us, because we got the first round this year. That second round next year could be 28 or 26 or something like that instead of 12. So I was completely fine with the trade value. I had no problem with that.
Yeah, 100%. And I was cool with it too. And it makes you at least like, if that comes in, like you gotta, if Kwesi just did it just because he's like, hey, if we have to move up and there's a quarterback there, I do want the best opportunity to go do that. But I think he also, at this point with that news coming out, like there might not be a chance for him to, like, maybe he is thinking like at pick number 3, if that's a possibility, he can move up. But
what it does tell me is there's no fucking handshake deal with anybody.
Yeah.
And exactly. We didn't make that move because we had a handshake deal. Right.
Exactly.
So that craps out. That fan theory that's gone. We do not have a handshake deal with anybody right now. That trade came to us.
Yeah. He also could have calls out there like, hey, if you were to move off this pick, what would it take? And like, maybe he said like, hey, if I was able to pick myself up an extra first this year, would that entice it at all? So there could be something out there like, yeah, if you get 2 first this year plus some, then sure, why not?
Could be.
I mean, because the Texans very well.
I mean, I did a video saying that. I did a video saying, hey, here's a handshake deal. I did a tweet on it. Here's credence to that handshake deal. And then I found out the Texans offered it to us, not the other round.
But he very well could have been like, I don't know if I'm into that right now. Then made more calls and been like, oh yeah, okay. If I get another first rounder, maybe there'd be something in place there. Cool.
Which I'm assuming he knows that. It shows you that they still want a quarterback for sure.
Well, and the press conference the day before, they didn't look happy at all when they were doing the press conference. So if I was giving a press conference knowing I was about to make a trade, with the Texans, I would be like, there's things coming, guys. Stay tuned, giving a wink and stuff. I'd be like still in confidence, but we're pumping up Sam Darnold instead. So I think that came in the next day. I don't think they knew it was happening just based on that way that press conference. I mean, KOC was looking at the table while Kwesi was talking. It's the body language, everything wasn't good about that press conference to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too far into it, but they redeemed themselves right away when they made that trade.
Yeah, agreed. Dude, Johnny's always invited on. If he pops in, we're gonna be rolling into some mock drafts here. 15 minutes. I mean, we'll probably start.
We can talk for another 15 minutes till Johnny gets home.
Johnny, it has to be 15 minutes on the dot.
Right, because I mean, I guess all this talk about what we're gonna do, moving up, moving back, sticking and picking. So that was gonna be our plan for tonight. We're gonna do some mock drafts. We're gonna go through all these different scenarios about what we could do with all those picks, what it might cost to make those moves. We thought that'd be a little fun exercise for the evening. So that's kind of what we're gonna get into here eventually.
Yeah.
So let me get. You guys,
it's all you, Dave.
Don't like Bo Nix, right?
I don't not like Bo Nix. He doesn't. I don't like him as much as I like others. But if we got him in the second round, if that was what we were left with, if we took him at 23, I'd be like, okay, well, here we go. But if you take him in the second round or something, I'd be like, all right, let's see what the guy can do. I mean, he was in an offense.
Since 23.
He was in an offense that was predicated on getting receivers open and the quarterback just being a distributor. But
did you see a guy do?
Can he keep that progression going to the pros? I think he could. He just needs to get put in the right situation.
Did you see the guy that did a tweet? He compared JJ McCarthy's season stats to Bo Nix's stats, taking out the yardage and touchdowns from plays behind the line of scrimmage, and he was still 3,700 yards and like 35 touchdowns. It was still really good. Yeah. I wanted to ask him to do one like 5 yards and under, or something like that, and see what that would have came up to be.
Yeah, for me with Bo Nix is
both are accurate. Honestly, both rank really close to each other accuracy wise.
I think with him, it's when I watch his tape, it does feel very safe But I mean, you can see he can do everything that you'd
Well,
want from a
that's
quarterback.
that's the exact opposite of McCarthy, right? To me, because there's so much, slant passes. Like this guy, we might have slant passes in our offense. We have Bo Nix because that's all he fucking did, right?
Right.
Choosing windows and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of short passes, but the sheer volume of the short passes makes you look and think, oh my gosh, where are all the other passes? But they're there. But the opposite of McCarthy, there's not enough passes to, that was the complaint, is he didn't pass enough.
Yeah.
Here it is. We have too many passes that are short. No, he still had the deep ball. He still had the intermediate ball. He still had all that.
He does. I think
he ranks 6th in accuracy and like across the board and all those depths. So it's
I think his age with me, as far as
it's no longer a problem with me because we don't have Cousins.
Yeah,
I don't know.
As far as JJ McCarthy goes, like I do think his age it does matter because it took him who 24,
21 or 22?
21. And Bo Nix is 24.
Wow. Bo Nix.
Yeah, so it's like it took him a while to get. Sometimes, which doesn't really matter. Like
last year, it was good too.
If Bo Nix comes in, and he ends up being a really good quarterback, I would say I wouldn't be that. It wouldn't blow me away.
You wouldn't be shocked. Right?
I don't watch him and be like, this guy's going to be an automatic bust. I watch him and I'm like, I can see how he could come in here and kind of be that game manager type of player. And I kind of see that. But if he's more than that,
he runs a 3.6.
If he's more than that,
4.6.
It wouldn't blow my mind. Like I'd be like, I'm not super surprised, even though he's older and it took him a while to get there. I just like, so I don't hate Bo Nix as much as some people do and kind of say that he's going to be garbage and stuff. I don't really feel that completely.
There's some big Penix fans out there.
I would take Penix over Bo Nix.
I would take Penix only because his arm talent is as legit as it comes.
And that's why I have no problem with his age either.
Yeah,
because
but
Cousins.
But there's still things about him that I don't love.
It's the knees.
1 second.
Yeah, left-handed.
That's one of them. Again, everybody, we got the Ivan Pace Pandora Prizm rookie out of 400 numbered Prizm Ivan Pace Jr. rookie card. Get the hashtag Skols in for your chance to win this at the end of the show. Got to be here to win. Like the video if you have not already, and subscribe to us, GG Sports Podcast, and Dave with Minnesota Sports Talk. Get those hashtag Skols in. With Michael Penix, the left-handed thing, for me, he isn't a guy that moves a lot outside of the. I mean, we've had this discussion before, and Dave.
He moves
inside the pocket.
He's like he has that sense about him.
Yeah. He does.
And he'll take the bullet.
Yeah,
he'll take the shot to the chest.
And I really do like that.
Thing, he can get outside the pocket, but and I think I'll agree with you on this point. Like when he does get outside the pocket, though, it's mainly just to avoid a negative play. Yeah. Because he doesn't I've noticed every time I saw him get outside the pocket, he never really made a completion. Like he'd keep his eye down the field, but it was mainly just to get.
Yeah, I don't think throwing on the run's the biggest thing for him.
No,
but he's throwing right, throwing lefty he's actually pretty solid at that, which is weird.
And his arm talent is like if the pocket's clean and everything, like his arm talent is, I think, potentially the best of this entire class. But
probably the two guys that would still allow Justin Jefferson to get 2K. Would probably be Caleb Williams and Penix.
Yeah, probably. I could definitely see that. And maybe Drake May too. The
only problem Drake May had, the reason why I think Drake May is the least ready right now is because of his throwing under pressure. He's got like a quarterback rating of 61, and like JJ McCarthy's like 109. Or something like that.
Well, and that was my one main knock on Drake May when I watched through his games. It's like when there was pressure, he missed short. Like he didn't really overthrow, he missed short a lot. Which is the one thing I noticed.
I just see him.
But he's got the talent down the road where he could probably get.
It's just his uncomfortable. He looks uncomfortable to me. And I don't know, for whatever reason. I don't know. When I've looked at all these quarterbacks this year, for whatever reason, I really watched to see how comfortable they were. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why I like JJ. I don't know why.
JJ gives me the Joe Burr
exactly.
vibes.
Exactly. And that's why I say about JJ McCarthy. Out of all these quarterbacks, he handles all that stuff and looks more comfortable than any of them, in my opinion.
Right. And that's actually
Williams.
Right. And when you mentioned that is what I watched for when I was watching him play. And I that is one of the first things that he just, like, you want to talk about a guy that has pocket presence and pocket awareness. and knows when to get rid of the football. Like there was times where the ball would go out of his hand and he'd get hit right after that. Like,
and
he's got it. He's got the mindset, which is one of the things that you really need as a quarterback.
I've said this, his scrambling ability is a cheat code.
Yeah,
he is very good at it.
I mean, I think it's going to be one of those things. He's going to be seen as who he is until he gets to the NFL and proves people wrong. And I think that's it's unfortunate for him because I think no matter where he gets drafted, there's going to be members, like a large portion of that fan base, as well as people around the NFL. Like, this guy went top 10. You see his stats in college. Oh, this isn't going to be good. And he's not going to be able to shake that until he gets to the NFL and sinks or swims, honestly.
Ask two people to hope what he thinks about JJ McCarthy.
Hey, he said he was warming up on Monday. Yeah, he said he's warming up to him, and then he's destroying JJ McCarthy.
I don't think Too Evil to Hope will ever be happy with a Vikings quarterback.
Nope.
Unless it's like a 5th round prospect, like Sam Hartman.
Unless it's Carson Wentz.
Or Carson Wentz.
Unless it's Carson Wentz. Unless the guy's from North Dakota.
Love you, Too Evil. Yeah.
Unless the guy played a majority of his career in North Dakota, then he's fine.
Jim Flying Saucer. That, I swear that's what I thought when I was a kid.
Jim Flying Saucer is such a weird football player.
Jim Flying Saucer.
Jim Flying Saucer.
Fantastic.
But no, with exactly everything you've said about JJ McCarthy and stuff, that, like, I've watched a lot with those guys, and Michael Penix does, like, with like what Dave said, he looks really good in the pocket. He does maneuver around in there really well. It kind of does remind me of a guy like Matthew Stafford in the pocket, but and it has nothing, like, I like both Penix and Bo Nix. If both of them ended up being really good quarterbacks in the NFL, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't. Michael Penix, I think more because I think he has an elite. But man, if we get Bo Nix, I'm done. If Michael Penix arm talent, I think it is really good. But seeing that when the pressure came, that didn't happen to him a lot in Washington this last year, and we saw it in the national championship. When the pressure came onto him, he was overthrowing like every single pass. So I mean, unless you get on a team that has a really good offensive line, I would be worried about.
I couldn't tell when I was listening on the radio.
Yeah, no, you can tell. You could tell, like, when he was overthrowing a lot in that game. It's just when the pressure was on, and you can really tell. And even when you go back and watch his tape, you can tell when the pressure is coming in, his throws are getting a little bit high. So he doesn't really, I don't know, like when it's right in front of his face, I guess you could say, with the pressure. Yeah. So
has anybody? Since Rap's in here, and he's from North Carolina, or he lives in North Carolina, obviously.
South Carolina.
Okay. Then maybe you wouldn't know that. I thought he was in North. I was gonna say, because maybe like being from North Carolina, maybe you would know a little, like. I mean, you might know South Carolina, like learning a little bit of the buzz about Drake May and kind of getting words on how good he is, but.
He knows more about
that's your homework.
East Carolina Pirates.
Jamie, that's your homework.
He knows the East Carolina Pirates.
Ask around a Tar Heel fans and ask them their opinion.
Well, the funny thing is I was supposed to be in, like, our plan was to be in Raleigh, which is obviously where UNC is, and yeah, I would have had all the insights. Out here, I don't really get the vibe. There's a lot of football fans. I'm sure there is, but I don't know. It's weird out here because there's not a huge college for football around like the Asheville area, like,
right. But they still got it. But so maybe
Tennessee,
a lot of them are.
You see a lot of Tennessee fans because you're almost closer to.
Oh, yeah,
you're closer to Nashville almost than you are to Charlotte out here. So you see a lot of Tennessee fans, or you're definitely closer to Knoxville.
Interesting.
So yeah, I don't know. You see a lot more Tennessee fans out here as far as that goes. If I was in Raleigh, I'd be asking everybody what they thought, but I'm sure everybody really liked him. I mean, I think he's right from that area to begin with. And then obviously the news with him coming out, not just with him, but with the Vikings do you see they were saying that Josh McCown and
Luke McCown?
Or Luke McCown, right? Is that what it is? Luke McCown.
No, it is Josh.
It's Josh. It's Josh. Yeah, it is Josh. Yeah, it's both brothers. Josh McCown and Sam Darnold, because Sam Darnold's playing with Carolina Panthers. I'm assuming that's why that they'd sit down together and watch tape of Drake May, which is definitely interesting. Is if that is their guy, you would feel something. You'd feel good, better than I feel about Drake May. I'd feel better knowing that we did that with having McCown and Sam Darnold, with both of them already knowing that prospect coming in. And maybe if Sam Darnold like him a lot, that's probably better as far as mentorship goes.
Maybe New England, maybe Kwesi, maybe he's hyping up the whole JJ McCarthy thing. Maybe he's sitting there at pick 11 having 23 as well, thinking like, the Patriots, they really like Michigan quarterbacks. So maybe the Patriots shock us all. They grab JJ McCarthy at 3, try to hit again on another Michigan guy. And then there's Drake May on the table right there. You never know.
I'll be honest. I'm not out on the idea that
neither was like Mel Kiper. Mel Kiper said the same thing.
I'm not out on the idea that JJ McCarthy is that surprising pick in the top 3. I mean, I think it's mostly smoke, but sometimes, like you said, where there's smoke, there's fire. And that could be one of those things where all of a sudden he ends up being like the 3rd quarterback taken or the 2nd quarterback taken. Definitely not the 1st. Caleb Williams, I mean, I don't know.
70-yard bomb flicker.
Yeah, he did it's his pro day. It's scripted, all this stuff. But, I mean, wow, that dude has a rocket arm. Plus, he was dapping up his teammates and wrestling around with them. Where I know Pat McAfee was watching that with a magnifying glass to see how people treated him around, and I guess he passed the test, which is really interesting when you have to resort to that when scouting a player is how he reacts around his friends or around his teammates. But
what's going on? You are not late at all. We haven't even started the mock drafts yet. We're I think are we waiting for Johnny? Is that the plan?
I don't know. Did you send him a link?
I don't have John. I need Johnny. Let me know if you're in when you're in here.
We'll have to email you the link, like the Stone Age. Well, that's not the Stone Age. Emailing is cool.
7 o'clock. He said 15 minutes.
I just plugged my channel.
I'm home. Okay. We got to find a way to get him a link then, I guess.
Dave, can you? I don't know if I have your.
Wait, yeah, don't you have the link? Didn't Jamie?
I'm dropping it. I'm just gonna drop it in here. I'm dropping it in here.
You can put it in the chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Click on that, Johnny. There you go.
There you go.
Come in here and help us mock draft these different scenarios.
None of you crazies join.
Are we doing a 7-rounder, 4-rounder, 5, 6? What do we want to do?
If we're gonna do multiple, we might want to just
let's do 4.
Or do we just want to do the first round because we're just kind of gonna play with the scenarios about trading?
Well, can we trade into the 3rd? We got ammo.
If you guys want to do 4th, I was just thinking if we're going to go through the scenarios, what we do with 11 and 23.
Let's see how we can still get a D tackle.
Yeah,
okay.
We'll do
4th round.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, it's just I say we keep doing the 4th. Hey, John,
I always bump it up for midway position care for positional value.
Here, I can do. I use my phone for the.
Hey, do you think Jade Daniels still in play though?
With all the rumors about Vikings going up to 3 for JJ or going up 3 for going up to 3 for Drake May or whatever, it really does feel like it's pretty much a for sure thing he goes to, doesn't it? That's kind of the way
I was Daniel Jeremiah think we are trade with the Commanders.
He said the Commanders will be more willing to listen than the Patriots, right? It was that was him that said that, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Oops.
God, we got 39 more days of this shit.
I know.
Right?
Every day I'm just waiting for
about one thing. We're not going to be talking about anything else
other than who's the quarterback.
Who's the quarterback?
And then we'll make the pick, and they're going to be like, well, now what do we do?
Hey, Johnny, I threw it in the WhatsApp, the link too. So however you got to jump in here.
We're only waiting on you, man.
Hey, what up, Big Railing Dad?
Crazy.
What's up?
I guess we'll have an interview after this, so however long we're on.
Okay. What time are you? Is that interview at?
I don't have an interview.
Oh, you don't have an interview. Okay. So we got some time. Again, everybody, Ivan Pace Jr., Pandora, Prizm, rookie card, out of 400. Ivan Pace Jr. numbered card, rookie. Get the hashtag Skols in for your chance to win this card. At the end of the show, gotta be here to win. Like the channel, like the video. Subscribe to us, GG Sports Podcast, and Dave with Minnesota Sports Talk. All that good stuff to get your chance to win this card. Adam, I got Adam. Absolutely,
do I qualify?
Bro. Adam, you got a card coming to you, Adam.
That's that. Do I qualify?
The giveaway tool says no.
What do we got? Reisner 57, Bradbury 60, Ingram 59 PFF grades. Please draft. Hey, Cooper Beebe in the 4th round is my guy. If we come away with Cooper Beebe, I'll be pumped. Hey, what's going on, Johnny?
What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
I'm back.
Dude?
What an entrance!
This is all Bo Nix. This is Bo Nix smoke.
Yeah, already. Oh man, we're going in here drafting Bo Nix, huh?
All right, let's figure out how we draft Bo Nix at
If
23.
we draft Bo Nix or Penix at 11, I might take up smoking.
I
might not have a choice.
Okay,
I think you should. Preemptively.
So do we want to? So first scenario. How do we want to? Do we want to just stick and pick right away, or do we want to make a move up to 3? Do we want to try to get up to 4 right away? What are we thinking? Which scenario do we want to play out first?
Let's play out. Let's
Someone
play
pick.
out.
Jamie,
moving
your
to
pick.
3.
Moving to 3. Okay.
Even though I don't believe
Yeah.
that's going to be possible, but
Sounds good. So we'll
or
let
should we make it the most realistic first?
I'm up for whatever. You guys tell me. I'm just controlling the draft. You guys tell me what to do.
I mean, we could just start it easy with a stick and pick.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm cool with it. All right, let's let it roll then. All right, so here we go. We're just going to let it roll down. 3 quarterbacks go right off the bat. Sitting at 11. You're not getting your quarterback here. So I did see Mel Kiper's most recent mock draft. We got J.J. McCarthy at 11, and we got Cooper DeJean at 23. So basically, you get your quarterback at 11, you get a corner return guy. I would love me Cooper DeJean.
Is J.J. McCarthy still out there?
No, he got taken number.
No, he's there.
Obviously.
Oh, we're living.
Obviously, you got to go Bo Nix here.
I mean, so super realistic. I guess I don't know if this is the most realistic option, but I mean, if we're sitting here and JJ McCarthy's at 11, like we ain't passing here, are we?
Tristan's saying Byron Murphy or Quinn.
Oh, we played it cool. This was part of Kwesi's plan right here.
He knows JJ McCarthy.
This was the plan.
It's 11.
Yeah,
he knew this was going to happen.
I mean, at this point,
he just got the 23rd overall just to have it as a back. As
he wants to make sure he gets one of the top defensive interiors. That's why.
Go Rattler.
Go Rattler at 11.
And watch the world burn, man.
Man, if that happened, bro, I'm done. I'm out. That might be the last time you guys would see me.
Possibly. So what do we think here? Roll JJ?
I mean, in real draft, you got to go JJ.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah.
This would be a no-brainer.
So yeah, I think we take JJ there. Let it run down to 23. Byron Murphy went to the Bengals, so that's out.
Oh, last two.
There.
You do have Jazon Newton. If you're looking interior, solid package.
I might have traded up to get Latu.
295.
He goes. This guy goes by Johnny now.
Johnny.
The only thing with Latu, which I do like him,
Newton,
is I just don't feel like we need an edge rusher that bad now.
I would agree.
Plus he had a fused neck or something.
I prefer Newton.
Yeah, I mean Nate Wiggins is still there. Skyuma.
You don't think long term we don't need an edge rusher?
Long term, probably. I
don't think right now.
I mean, we got Van Ginkel for 2 more years and Grenard for 4.
That's 2 guys.
You can
but you can grab one.
You can grab one later.
Look at our defensive interior is like shot right now.
Yeah,
we need someone right now.
Honestly, Big Raylan.
We're a draft for needs group here. Let's go.
The shock.
Well, I mean, Latu's gone.
The shock pick here could be you got your quarterback. Now invest in the protection.
Wiggins still there?
Jackson Powers Johnson jumping way up the draft boards here. Now, I don't think we do this because we do need some defense, but I mean, 6'3", 320. I mean, look at that run block and pass block grade, both solid. I mean, if this scenario played out, like obviously the fans are looking, we need defensive interior.
Yeah.
If Quasi took a swing here and got his quarterback and a new center,
Bradbury like immediately, or no, you'd probably take him to camp.
Yeah, what would you do with Bradbury?
Take him to camp.
You just take him out and you hope that Jackson Powers is ready to start immediately, like we.
No, take him. Go to camp. Make sure he's ready.
Bradbury Bridge.
I'd prefer to.
Bradbury Bridge.
I 100% would.
He's not a bridge center. He's a player in the center room.
I want a guy on our defensive line.
I mean, this guy.
I'd rather trade back than go center. To be honest.
I'm just saying. I would not be shocked if you get a rookie and Bradbury, as we've talked, is not the right center for this type of offense.
Nate Wiggins is there.
I mean, I know Nate Wiggins is there, and corner
Yeah.
would be nice.
What would you
but
think, Johnny? How do you feel about Newton? Have you looked into him much yet?
Him, I haven't watched yet. I've only seen
neither.
highlights of him. I've watched like Chris Jenkins and like
Yeah.
Good things. I
the
didn't.
kid out of Missouri, but those are a little later. the water boy.
What else we
I
got
don't-
down there that we could trade down and?
I mean, we
accumulate?
could trade down to 30.
Oh, God.
Baltimore's willing to play.
That's a little far.
7 picks.
oh,
I don't mind.
how
that
deep is?
idea.
What do we got left?
But again, like, I mean, yeah, you're looking the top four here. I wouldn't mind. And then after that, I mean, you're kind of like, I mean, Kool-Aid McKinstry, maybe he's kind of taking a fall here, but
Who's the
Braden Fisk is there.
Texas guy?
Texas guy, where
Oh,
we
it's
at?
up-
Adonai Mitchell, the receiver.
Oh, okay.
Adonai Mitchell's pretty sexy.
Here,
If
let
we
me,
added him to that receiver car, I'd be pretty pumped, but we don't need receiver right now.
Should we go safety?
Tampa's pretty
Here,
interesting
yeah.
too.
So
Should we
who's
go
our
safety?
who's our options here? I'm gonna ask the chat.
You
I'm gonna
got
ask
it.
the chat
I
here.
mean,
I
I'm
mean,
thinking,
you pass on a Nate Wiggins.
yeah, but
What about Cooper DeJean?
I Cooper DeJean, you get yourself a corner / return guy, and mainly a punt returner, which is the only returns you actually get these days.
Here, I'm gonna.
Isn't he too light complected to play corner? Isn't he the great white hope at corner?
He would be
It,
the
it
first
precludes
white,
him from the
the first
boundary.
white corner taken in the
Alright,
first round ever.
I put a poll up with John Wiggins, Powers.
Are we
and
being
Newton.
racist towards white corners? I don't know. That would be. Isn't that the thing though? That he's like the. I mean, holy
Yeah,
crap!
it's definitely a thing.
It's like an anomaly, like a unicorn right now.
So we
So
got
far, we got Newton. It's tied between DeJean and Newton's in the head right now. Powers.
Johnson's coming up the board here. Okay, back to Newton. How many?
No,
how
I wish
many
he
votes
could.
do we
I
have?
wish we could put these on the screen.
Powers is a
We-
really
we don't ha-
interesting thought exercise because I mean you could immediately like they're sort of inching towards a more power gap scheme oriented offensive line.
Yeah.
They're kind of inching towards it. This could just all right, Powers, we're getting a 320-pound center. We're gonna
Right.
That'd be
cut
so
bait with
nice.
Bradbury on his last year and just kind of kickstart that
And we
O
want
line
to
rebuild.
protect JJ McCarthy.
And we got to protect JJ.
Exactly. So we're sitting here 30% tie at DeJean, Powers, and Newton. So
We
we
need
need
to
like
break
one
this.
vote to break those up, and I think that's the guy we go with.
Yeah. It literally.
So
ahead,
like
everybody.
if you think
Put in the
if you
final
think
vote.
about this like poll as how the brass views everybody,
Yeah.
First
I
round
wonder if,
corner,
you
AJ.
know-
First round corner.
I'm gonna vote.
I wonder if the tiebreaker is
I'm
kind of
voting.
need. Where I think it's kind of, I mean, you're probably looking at
I'll vote
Newton.
Powers. Just so there we go.
I'd
That's
go
what
Newton.
I would-
You going?
That's
Newton
what
here?
I would. I don't know enough. Powers is. Oh wow! As soon as Powers gets up, someone else. We're at Powers with 36% right
Dave,
now.
is that your vote?
I voted one Powers. Yeah.
You vote. Okay. We
Dang,
take that out.
that's skewing.
Host
That's
can't
skewing.
vote here, man. Come on now.
I feel like that's fine. I mean, I don't think do we have the power to. We probably don't have the power. Newton. So the
All
hard
right.
thing for me is I like I like Powers, but man, I just feel
I know
like
we do need some
need a
defensive interior help. And
so
I mean,
bad.
it wasn't Newton. Like Newton was going like the consensus #1 interior for a while, right?
Yeah.
I think if we draft Cooper DeJean, we're breaking the glass ceiling. So we may want to do that.
I'm fine with Newton. I'm cool. I'm cool with Newton.
I
at this
mean,
point.
right now
I mean,
it's
the poll says
36%.
Powers Johnson. The
30
poll says
But
Powers
hey,
Johnson.
think about it. That's two Clemson corners. We don't, Booth and
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
tough
yeah.
not to scout the helmet with
That's-
Wiggins. I'm
Right,
not
but
gonna
that's
lie.
also true.
Yeah,
here.
I know.
Defensive line is,
And it's
deep.
hard to not like the last time we picked a center in the first round is literally the guy we were replacing him with.
Yeah, but Bradbury.
I mean, how often does a center-
Small,
and it's
Bradbury
a-
is small coming in.
Yeah, but like a center in the first round.
Baltimore.
Yeah,
Didn't we
Tyler.
get Brad- didn't we get
one.
Bradbury in the
Linderbaum.
first round.
One out of all 32 teams in the NFL, how many of them picked their center in the first round?
Us.
Yeah, we're one of them,
Us,
and so is the
Linderbaum.
Ravens.
Yeah, Creed was a second rounder.
I mean, What do you guys
Yeah.
want to do here? That's like Tristan says. Enough debating. Just pick somebody.
Yeah.
Johnny Newton. Phil
I
Big
say,
Need?
I mean, if we just go with the poll here, it says 36% powers. This is the
Okay.
chat is.
I mean, because that is the thing. Because in the 4th round, there's going to be a couple good defensive line options.
What if we
there.
did take that trade to 30? Could we get a 3rd rounder?
But then I think you miss out on all 4 guys here. I personally
You might
believe.
not. Oh yeah, you probably would.
Are we pretty that consensus is that these
Smart
are the top
teams
4
with the
guys
good
and we can't really
O-lines
let
do.
one go?
Center isn't important until it is. I mean, it is always.
Point.
All
That's a
that
great
is
point.
true.
I mean, and
Until you pick
Bradbury,
'em.
with the neck injury, with the back injuries that affected him last year as well.
Hey, I say
Do it.
let's. Oh,
No, but we re-signed
wait.
It's a
Schlottmann.
tie
So
again.
yeah.
Oh, no.
Someone came in and got the tie.
All right, one more person vote.
Just
please.
one more person. Anybody in here? Just click between Powers and Newton, and that's what we're going with.
Yes.
I'm gonna switch.
I think
move
we've
on.
got to
I'm gonna switch
we-
profiles and vote.
we've got to
I got
reel
4
ourselves. We got to reel ourselves in a little bit on Bradbury, I think, because like you're thinking. I mean, you're thinking allocation of resources here too. Just from like a cost effectivity
Schlottmann
standpoint,
can play guard, so
he can play guard.
Schlottmann.
Schlottmann. He didn't.
Schlottmann's gone.
Brandel we re-signed. Schlottmann went to.
New York, I think, right?
Oh,
The
shit.
Giants?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
Giants.
we
Yeah.
re-signed Schlottmann. My bad.
Brandel we
I
brought
think
back.
I know we brought Brandel back. We talked about that earlier.
I saw we got another powers vote in here.
Oh, he did go to the Giants.
Center?
Shit, I thought we re-signed Schlottmann. My bad.
We'll go Powers. Let's go
Take 'em.
Powers.
Quarterback.
I go
and the
defensive
investment
interior,
in your
but we go
quarterback,
Powers.
protecting him up front. Later, we're going to draft Cooper Beebe.
I know.
Toughest offensive line.
We
in the
definitely
league.
need a guard still.
Who did we draft?
We
we
drafted
drafted
Jackson
Powers.
Powers Johnson.
We went with the center.
Hey, we were gonna try to trade into the 3rd round.
Still can. Let's see here, because there's still we still have the defensive tackle out of Michigan still there.
How come it's not showing the whole screen?
I don't know idea.
You could probably go quick and adjust it. I could do it. You want me to?
There we go. Oh, that's why. Oh, I know why. There we go.
There we go. What do we think? Do we want to try to move up? Do we want to just let it ride here? You really can't. You can't see who's available.
I
Unfortunately,
mean, we know Sweat's gonna go in the beginning of the 3rd round.
That's the part I hate about this. You don't know. Yeah.
I know they should tell us.
I mean, if we're sticking and picking, it would mean you stick and pick in the 4th round too. But
We're our 4th round. We have 2 4s.
yes, yep, we have 2 4ths, 2 5ths, a 6th, and a 7th, or something like that, or 2 4ths, 2 5ths, 2 6ths, and a 7th.
So are you guys thinking of trying to grab like another day 2 pick where you can throw a starter in at like interior defensive line or
Yeah, like
corner?
maybe
Yes.
moving up for Sweat.
Actually, know what I think we know what. Let's just run. Let's just.
Run one?
We already said we're gonna stay. We're
All
gonna
right.
stick and pick. We
Stick
already
and
said
pick.
we're gonna stick and pick on this one.
All
All
right.
right, let's see. Let's
We
see
can
what
be
happens.
creative later.
See what
Oh,
happens.
Quasey's
If we get lucky.
Quasey's itching right now.
Yeah.
Man, he wants to get on the phone.
Yep.
What do we have left?
Michael
Defensive
Pratt.
Interior.
Right. We
Perfect.
need a quarterback.
Ooh.
McKinley Jackson's actually interesting for a
Yep.
nose tackle.
Yeah. he's a
Right. I
big-
know that's a guy Yogi's pretty high on. I've
Yeah,
heard
Christian
Michael
Boyd's
Hall's
there.
name pop up often.
McKinley Jackson's one of the few
Fair back.
interior D linemen who took over 50% of his snaps in the A gap. A lot of these guys are 3 to 5 technique types outside of him.
What do you think? Do you think we
he's
could get
got
him at
some size.
129 if we passed on him now?
I think maybe because there's a few
Right.
guys ahead.
I mean, so do we double down on interior here and grab one of these other guys and then target him at 129?
There's a lot of like 3 technique like penetrating D tackles as well, which is a need in general too.
PFF's hatred of Leonard Taylor is hilarious.
Yeah.
Boyd is Boyd too. I mean, I know a lot of people are pretty high on him being that 4th round pick type guy that can come in and contribute right away.
Yep.
What are we thinking? I think we double down on D line here if it's me personally.
Listen, I don't hate a little Jerry Tillery competition.
What's the cornerback situation?
Corner is what are we looking at here?
Yeah, who's on the board? Who's on the board? Oh, we got a
Hart
hyphen.
still there. Any of these names do anything for you, Johnny?
Not really. I haven't watched any of these guys. The hyphen corners seem to be turning out lately, though.
Right.
Hart. The only guy I really know about is Hart.
Right. Yeah, I hear his name come up.
And he's
quite
pretty
often.
damn smooth.
6'2", 207, solid coverage grade.
Oh,
I mean, I would take Hart for sure.
What are we thinking? D-line?
We can get a
corner?
D tackle will still be there, right? Don't you think?
Yes, I would think so.
I like the depth on the interior, the defensive line, probably better than corner.
I agree.
Yeah.
At least as far as I know so far.
Do it.
Because these other guys we're looking at here, I mean, not very good in the run, but a solid coverage grade. 5'11", little on
What
the
up,
smaller
Charlie?
side.
Welcome in, dude.
Yeah. Hart's like 20 pounds heavier.
Yeah,
I
we're
mean,
getting
and then
Cam.
he's 6'2". I love the size there. We do need a taller cornerback still, so I'm fine with taking Hart at 108.
Let's do it. Pull the trigger.
All right.
Yep.
And then getting down to 129, we'll still
gotta
have
go
a shot at
defensive
a solid
interior
interior here. Now, I guess it's more of what are you looking for? Are you looking for that like more of a prototypical?
I mean, we
more of a
really are.
run stuffer, or are you looking at a guy like this who is good at both, but comes from a smaller school? So who really?
This guy's small, right? Or was it the Iowa State guy that's kind of small?
6'4", 317.
Oh wait, and that's pretty solid. That's solid.
Yeah, you're looking at a
You're
Christian
looking
Wilkins
at
build there.
325. So I think it's down between these two here, and I don't care either
How tall
one
is
to go with.
What's
What's
Christian Boyd's arm length?
Does it show that on here anywhere?
Let me check his hand size.
That it doesn't matter.
Arm length in the
Arm length
interior.
and
Arm length really does matter.
Christian Boyd played some nose there too, and that LSU duo is kind of interesting.
Yeah,
Right.
he's supposed to
Also,
a KH. Come on.
I mean, I'm fine with either of these guys.
Boyd. We got one for Boyd. We need a nose tackle, Dan says. Boyd is strong as hell.
Is Baltimore willing to play here?
Oh, he's got short arms.
We have to stick and pick. That's the rules on this.
We had to stick and pick for the first
No,
rounds.
the
We can
whole
start
draft.
moving.
The whole draft.
I'm
He's
moving.
not fast either.
I'm moving up.
Check
from
that
our
other D
12th round
tackle
pick
out.
higher to get back into this.
This you realize this is one out of the many scenarios we were supposed to do.
Oh, I know. Fine. Who do you guys want?
What was the other D tackle?
Yeah, what is
Tony Jackson.
Jackson?
Kinley Jackson.
Mason Smith is like 6'6".
I'm seeing a lot of Boyd. I'm inclined to lean towards Boyd because I do like what he
I'm
brings.
gonna do a quick poll here. Quick poll.
He runs a 5'1"
0 votes.
I
2 votes.
do
We got 2 for Boyd.
I do like what Boyd brings in the pass rush game. I think we need a little more impact. I think we need a little more pass rush impact out of
4,
our
5.
interior.
Come on, keep bringing in votes. We need to get 10. As soon as we hit 10, I'm going with it. As soon
Can you
as we
pull
hit
up
10
Christian
votes.
Boyd's? Can you pull up Christian Boyd's alignment?
Yep.
Numbers there. So yeah, I mean
Big Rail
So
Dad's making a
McKinley
good
Jackson's got half-inch bigger hands,
It's
2
Boyd.
inches longer arms.
he was a
He's
motherfucker
10
at
pounds-
the
he's
Senior
10
Bowl too.
He's 10
Yeah.
pounds heavier. He's 6'2", but
His pass
40
rush
yard.
isn't close to
40.
this,
He's a little
which
shorter
obviously-
for 40.
Yeah.
He's more of a.
I mean, we got 76.
more of a nose
We
tackle.
got 78% going Boyd here.
Yeah, he's a nose tackle. McKinley's a nose tackle.
Jamie, you look like Mike
McKinley
Zimmer
went
right
tonight with
straight up
glasses. How about now?
mean,
You take McKinley?
Yeah.
I went Boyd.
That's not fucked up, right?
No, we took
I
Boyd.
just
We
go
took
like
Christian
this,
Boyd.
really looking like Mike Zimmer out here.
I mean, if this is how the draft went down, McCarthy falls to you at 11. You have to take that. Insurance for your quarterback there in Jackson Powers Johnson, a guy who over the last month has absolutely skyrocketed up draft boards. Corner at 108 and getting yourself a defensive tackle. Like, would any of us be upset if this is the way the first 4 rounds went? I know.
I would really have wanted someone else instead of a center, in my opinion. But
I mean, if
that's my own fault though, because centers they're the least exciting position almost.
yeah, but when you got JJ McCarthy back there getting hit in the teeth after
well,
or having
the whole Bradbury
Bradbury
thing.
pushed back into his lap, you're not going to be too happy about it.
I think we should have went fullback.
fullback. Yeah, I mean, we got the best fullback in the league actually probably in NFL history.
But that's not the question of what you would have rather have done. The question was, if this is how the first 4 rounds turned out, would you be upset?
Would you cry in your soup?
Exactly.
I would not be upset. I'd be like, if we would have got like Newton or something at pick 23, but no, we'll take it.
But you do remember how deep this class is. Like, it's not a big interior offensive line draft, right? Like, there's not a lot of huge names out there, but defensive tackle, like, it's solid.
Yeah.
So
we'll take it. All right, let's start another scenario here.
Absolutely. So the next one then, are we thinking just skyrocket up, get ourselves up into the stratosphere at
we thinking Wall Street draft
at like pick 3?
I think so.
So like I say, we just let these first picks run off.
Special?
I mean, I assume we go Caleb Williams and then another quarterback at 2.
Is that we want to move up to go to number 3?
I mean, that's one of the other scenarios, right?
I like that one. I think New England should be trading down. Like, if I'm
right,
and you think about, like, I mean, Gerard Mayo taking the reins over, Belichick disciple. You've got to think he's going to want to first head coaching opportunity. You've got to think he's going to want to bide his time and build this team up before kind of setting that clock for him by drafting that quarterback. You know what I mean? Like that. That usually, that can be an easy way to usher a regime out, is if they whiff on a first round quarterback, particularly at pick 3. I think they're going to want multiple picks, and because I mean they're in the gutter right now, particularly on the offensive side of the ball as far as weapons go. I don't think it's a good environment for a rookie. I mean, they might feel so inclined, like they can't pass on these guys, but
right.
I think that's a realistic trade partner.
I think we do a scenario. I think with the Patriots is I have a feeling there's either, I don't know, I'm like the rumors is it's Jaden Daniels, but between Jaden Daniels and Drake May, I bet you one of them they really want. And if that guy gets picked second, then maybe they would open up to the idea of draft pick or trading their pick because of everything you just said.
See, like, and I've like with this comment, I've heard so many different rumors at this point. Yeah. Do any of us really know what to believe?
No, you don't. I don't know. There's a million. I have no idea. I literally have zero idea how this is going to roll out for us.
Apparently, there was some team that hit a brick wall when they were trying to trade up to 3.
Right.
I don't know what team that was a report, but I've heard the opposite end of the spectrum too, where it's that's the spot to get to.
But then I've
everybody
heard
in
the
chat, I put Johnny Football's YouTube channel. Make sure you hit subscribe.
Oh, thanks, Dave.
Bite Size Sports.
Where did you put it in the chat?
Yeah.
I don't see it yet. No, I'll grab it too. I'll just double down on that.
Has McCarthy won as many Super Bowls as Wentz?
Just the same.
Gosh, I had someone on the other.
McCarthy's won how many more important college games?
I had Skol Doc on that, and he gives credit to the rookie contract winning a Super Bowl because Carson Wentz was on a rookie contract.
I mean, it helps. It absolutely helps.
I mean, wasn't he like undefeated in college too? Better prospect
in the FCS or whatever.
Yeah, he's a winner.
Right.
All right.
Wins at every level.
So we're trying to get up to pick 3 here. Is that the plan?
Yeah, I say we do that.
Like
so, I mean, for sure, it's going to cost you 11 and 23. So 72%. I think that's somewhat realistic. I mean, I'd probably drop it more down to like 50-50 because that's the big thing. Having 2 picks this year is pretty appealing because you know where you're picking as opposed to where you could be picking next year. But I still think that knowing that you're going to come up for a quarterback and to try to dissuade them from taking one, I do think they're going to be asking you to sweeten the pot. And I do think it's going to cost you next year's first round as well.
It probably will. To go to 3, I think it's going to cost 3 first round picks.
And that's a swap plus 2.
Yeah.
Swap plus 2. It'd be nice if he was able to throw the 2026 first instead of 25. Just ideally, I mean, that you could get bent over a barrel when you need to get up to 3.
Yeah.
And that's your plan A.
Right.
And then, if you get in any type of, I mean, if there's any type of competition as far as other bidders, it's probably going to be that other first.
Right. But I mean, we could always try offering this and just see what happens. But
I mean, they'll probably accept it
first. But that's just me. We could try this.
I think it's gonna take 3 first-round picks, even though there's a lot of mock drafts by like just like other known people or whatever who had us trade to 3 and then only giving up 2 first and like a third or something, which I don't think would happen. I don't think there's any way we move to 3rd without giving up 3 first-round picks, at least, honestly.
So, I mean, what do you guys think here? Do we want to be like what it probably would actually take? Or
do actual. It doesn't really matter because it's not
I do agree with Joey Hawking here. Like, I think you could get a little bit of, you could get something back from them on this end too. I mean, the simulator, you could get their 2nd-round pick, which I don't necessarily know for sure, but I mean, I'd say let's scoop up their 3rd. I think that's more realistic.
Yep.
Yeah, let's do that. Cool. Sure.
And they take it, and we are taking Marvin Harrison. Load up at wide receiver.
Hey, everybody in here again. The Ivan Pace Jr. rookie card, auto 400 Prizm. Get the hashtag Skols in. Like the video. Go subscribe to Bite Size Sports with Johnny. You got to do that for your chance to win this. Hashtag Skols in the comments. Like the video. Subscribe to us, GG Sports Podcast and Minnesota Sports Talk with Dave. Get all of those hashtag Skols in. We'll give this away at the end of the show, and you got to be here to win. But definitely go to Bite Size Sports. Links in the comments.
I'm with Casey. I think we need to give Sam Darnold some more weapons.
And this right here,
that'd be crazy.
This is actually true. In reality, it's 2 first, 2 seconds, which is true because one of those first picks cost 2 second-round picks. And if you're thinking about that, actually, because you're not necessarily losing a first-round pick, you're giving up this year's. So, like, you're really only giving up 1 extra first and a couple seconds. So, I mean, if you weigh it that way, because otherwise I would have we would have, if you want to get up that high, you'd have to do it. But it's,
what did we just give up
this year?
Like in
and
this
1 next year is better than 1 this year, 1 next year, 1 the year after. So at least 2026, you're still picking in the first round.
What did we just give up?
We gave up 2 first this year and next year's first. Then we got 3 and their 2nd rounder or 3rd rounder. That's 68.
You got their 3rd rounder.
Yes, 3rd rounder. Yeah. So obviously here you don't make this move unless you're coming up for a Drake May. So we're taking Drake May.
Hey Tristan, try to put it into like a browser or something and then copy and paste it back in here. See if that works.
What do they think the Giants do at 6? Giants do go JJ McCarthy in this draft here. And we'll just let it ride to 68. I think we'll be able to get a stab at a defensive lineman there.
Yeah, I think you can have a conversation about May or McCarthy. If we go up to 3, I think you can have that conversation. I don't think it's necessarily crazy. At this point, I'm just super curious to find out, like,
where'd Sweat go?
Who KOC kind of has had his eye on, because if we get up to 3,
then
I think that'll give you your answer.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and then do you think
there you go, Tristan.
Johnny, do you see a scenario in which the Patriots take a swing at JJ McCarthy?
Maybe.
Follow up the Michigan guy with the Alabama guy, but go back into the Michigan pool again at quarterback? I don't know.
Worked once.
So basically
I've watched like 4 Chris Jenkins games. I wasn't blown away.
I mean, if it's me, I'm taking Devondre Sweat.
I think, because I mean that's the debate too. Is it's like, are you giving anything up going with the pure nose tackle as opposed to
6'4", 360?
I'll take that big rail.
I'd run a 40.
Yes, he ran like a 5. What did he run? He ran like a 5. I mean, obviously a 5 something, but I agree, Joey. He was kind of my target for a long time.
Yeah, I'd go Sweat over.
I think he's gonna sneak. I have a feeling he's gonna sneak into the first round.
We're taking Devondre Sweat.
Yeah, we saw Mozzie Smith sneak into the first.
Yeah. He's definitely not going to round 3. There's no way Sweat makes it to round 3, I feel like.
Dave, the Cowboys made him cut a bunch of weight, and he played at like 295, and he looked like shit.
Oh, Jesus, really?
Yeah. I don't know why they did it. Yeah, they just need their boxes as light as possible so Matt LaFleur can carve them a new one.
Hand size 10 1/8. Javon.
Big hands. Big hands for defensive
40,
lineman.
527, which is kind of normal. But he's a
Don't
nose
forget
tackle,
O-line.
so.
Is BB out there?
Wingspan 81 and
Yes, I'm
2.8.
thinking BB. Man, could BB? Will BB make it to 129? That's scary
No,
to me. I'd rather
probably
take.
not.
I'd be fine with.
What's
taking a
that
single
trade
BB.
looking like?
It is trading back down to 112, so 4 spots.
Not bad.
Where does 140? I don't think
let's-
149 gets us back into the third or fourth round.
In the
does it?
fourth.
My math isn't that good, but I don't think that's true. It
No.
does not.
No,
So
it
I'd
does
rather
not.
not do that.
Dang. I mean,
So,
we like BB.
gutter
a
D
lot.
tackle.
He's gonna go. I feel like he's gonna go higher than this.
Yeah,
in the real
I'm
draft.
cool with BB here. I love the size. The guy's he's nasty.
He's a mauler. He's a
can- and
mauler.
He's played tackle.
All right.
Well, if you need him to swing out to tackle,
I
he can do
approve.
it. Yeah, Cooper BB. Welcome
We-
in. You are
Yeah,
protected.
yeah. We accidentally discovered Cooper.
Let me
BB.
check his hand size.
We discovered Cooper.
We accidentally discovered him, and then everybody saw him after us.
Yeah. And then that defensive interior, you still got Christian Boyd sitting there. You could take another
Ooh.
that. Go double up on that defensive line. I mean, you got yourself your run stuffing, nose
Right, now you
tackle.
get a guy that's a
Now
pass
you get
rusher.
yourself your guy who's got more pass rush ability here, who still has good size and solid against the run. We drafted him last time. I'm down to draft him again.
You want to peek at edge quick? I'm down to draft him again too, by the way. But
Edge, yeah. What do we got here?
Xavier Worthy.
Move back up.
I don't know what happened to Xavier Worthy. He was supposed to be or Xavier Thomas. I mean, he was supposed to be so good.
So why is it that I can never find that Muhammad Kamara on
What up,
here
Yogi?
ever? I mean, he might be. I mean, I'm sure he's gone already, but I even at the beginning of the draft, for some reason, I can never just find his name.
I don't know. He's one of my little crushes too.
About wide receiver.
McCaffrey.
I mean, is he? He might be there actually.
Legacy pick.
Yeah.
One
He is
good-
gonna. I feel like he is gonna get overdrafted.
Faster than his brother.
Yep. Gary, we had a little issue with our address, with our billing address. We have to wait and get a code in order to turn our monetization back
Yeah.
on.
Did you have to
So I
do
need-
that, Dave?
What?
Don't.
They're like mailing us a letter to and we have to use the code in the letter to verify the address.
For payment address.
And then now we're demonetized until we get a new letter to come to us to go do that.
Initially,
Yeah.
yeah. Originally, I had that happen, but that was
It's
2
annoying.
years. Like, it's been a while.
Whatever.
I got hit 1,000, ages ago.
like 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
Yeah, it's been.
I don't even.
forever.
You don't even.
I can't wait
barely
till-
re- you don't even
Can't wait till
remember.
my silver play button comes in.
Yeah.
money goes to a Kenyan prince.
But yeah, I had to get a letter, man.
Who's
Yeah.
available at running
I
back?
know. I didn't think they would do that, but
Oh, actually, that's really interesting.
we're
Yeah,
gonna
but-
get you, Gary. I promise, bro.
Braylon Allen's there.
I
mean,
promise you. We'll
got
get you
it.
swag, and then hopefully we
ship for
figure
you.
out our freaking monetization shit soon.
I don't want to draft a Badger, but if he's good, do any of these guys entice you?
As long as Braylon Allen doesn't fall into the AJ Dillon Thunder Thigh obsession, he should
Yeah.
stay explosive.
Yeah. Dave just can't remember that. Oh boy. I posted about Cooper BB last year. Well, we
Yogi.
actually accidentally drafted him or not accidentally. We took him in a mock draft and then watched him after. and
Yogi's
realized
got-
he's damn
Because
good.
I add
Yogi's-
highlights to our mock drafts. and
Yogi's
then
got
I was
Nick's
like,
3
this guy's
overall.
pretty good.
So what are we thinking here, fellas? Do we want to?
Yogi's got trading JJ for Bo Nix straight
Yeah.
up.
I don't know.
Wait,
I'm
Yogi,
in on just
what?
grabbing. I'm in on just doubling down.
Trading
on defensive line.
JJ Jefferson,
Christian
Jay
Boyd.
Jetta.
Justin
What's-
Jefferson, yeah.
What's wrong with these
Yo,
LSU guys? Anything wrong with these guys?
Mason Smith's a giant, man. Makai Wingo's their 3 tech.
Yeah.
He's fine. Mason Smith's big as hell. I think he's like 6'6".
6'6", 315.
Jesus.
Give me that Calais Campbell
Holy
bit.
cow.
Let me look at his 40 time.
Yeah, I was good. I literally was gonna say the same thing.
Let me look at his 40 time.
That'd be a long strider.
Hart is Hart available here? We haven't taken him yet. He's not.
What's
He's
his
gone.
name? Mason.
Oh, Kalen
what?
King fell. Wow.
Mason
It
what?
is Mason something or other. Mason Smith with 2 A's. Mason.
Jesus.
I have heard rumblings about
Google
him as
Smart.
well. I know
May
Purple
8th.
for Win is pretty high on.
I 50140, man.
We passed on the
Oh.
Clemson corner. Do we want to grab this
What was
Georgia
his 40?
safety?
Arm length, 35 inches. Holy shit.
What was his 40, Dave?
This Mason Smith, 35 inches, man, on the arm length.
Is that 6'6" dude?
Mm-hmm.
What was his
Yeah.
40 time?
And he's got tiny ass hands.
Cedric
8.5
Gray,
inches.
Music of the Misery. There's your linebackers.
That's
Music.
has
gotta be a
8.5
typo. This guy's
inch
6'5" with
hands?
8.5 inch hands.
That's
35-inch arms.
insane.
His hands might probably look like doll hands. On
It'd be
his
like,
arm.
have you guys seen It's Always Sunny?
I was just gonna say.
His uncle,
Yeah.
Charlie's uncle.
Or like,
Can you put your
or the-
hands on top of my hands?
Yeah.
They look like-
he gets the hands that he puts on over
The
his.
big
he-
hands.
That's got to be wrong. I'm gonna double check NFL.com.
That's crazy. 8.5-inch hands and he's 6'6".
On 35-inch arms.
Or he's got the hands like the guy from Scary Movie 2.
Yeah, NFL.com, 8.5, man. That's crazy.
Deadpool's hands.
All right, so what are we
Wow,
thinking
that's
here,
crazy.
fellas?
That's
Which
crazy.
first of all, which position? are we-
31-inch vertical. This guy's explosive.
What was his 40 time, Dave?
It was 5.01, which is still pretty good.
That's pretty good for
blazing.
6'6".
It's like my 40 time.
What do, I mean,
Right?
but the thing is, we already got Tavondre Sweat. We already have the size in there.
3-cone drills a light. 7.62.
I mean, I'm all in on just
Music
jumping in
tango
on the
running
Christian
back.
Boyd train here again. Personally,
Yeah, I'd go Boyd or Braylon Allen.
do we want to switch it up and just? I mean, we got Music of the Misery Water running back. I mean, I'm cool with it. I mean, yeah, we have Aaron Jones, but I it's still a question mark whether he can stay healthy for the whole season. And then Ty Chandler obviously is there, but I mean, I'd be cool with grabbing another running back, kind of right at
Well,
his
and
rank,
he's at least a different type of back, right?
Right,
Like, you
yeah.
add him to that room, and you're at least there's not going to be a ton of redundancy. He could give you a different element. I kind of like that.
Cool.
Right,
Yeah.
I agree.
Let's take a swing. Take a
All
run.
right, we'll do it. We got.
See how this turned out for us.
I was leaning towards defensive interior, but hey, A+.
I mean, if they don't like the
Okay.
Cooper BB pick, F them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
A+.
Still get an A+ though.
Yeah.
I mean, the quarter. I mean, you get a quarterback
PFF.
in the future in there. That's gonna
PFF,
that's-
I mean,
PFF
Jesus.
really likes himself some Drake May, I guess.
I guess so. Yeah. All right, that was scenario number 2. Now for this one, this is going to be everybody's favorite because I think this is the one where we trade up to 4 or 5 to get JJ McCarthy.
No, I say. I mean, we already know. I guess we could do that, but we
Or do
already know.
you want to see what get up?
I
to
say
Commanders
we go crazy
trade to
and
5?
we do some crazy trades backs,
trade backs.
some trade backs.
So what are you thinking at
I
quarterback?
don't
Worst case
mind.
Worst case
So like
scenario.
this is the scenario like all 4 are gone. Like
Yeah, all
Cardinals
4 are
won't
gone.
move. We can't get past the Giants, so they take McCarthy, kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
That's an interesting
because
one.
we know and PFF we just know that JJ McCarthy is going to
The Giants
last to
picks.
11, or like on PFF he's going to last to 11.
Should you take control of New York and take McCarthy? Just take him there.
Can you do that? I don't think you can. You have to.
Trade, ooh, this would be an interesting trade back at 11 and keep 23. Is that what you guys were thinking?
Sure, you can. You could choose the
We could do that.
pick in the Vikings and Giants.
Yeah, you'd have to pick all their picks.
So are we just gonna
Yeah,
roll
that was
to,
right.
are we just gonna roll out to 11 and go from there? Is that the plan?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
We'll
I'd
just
say so. We just don't pick JJ McCarthy.
Oh,
So
yeah,
we'll just.
he's there.
Oh, he's already gone.
Whoa! Oh, damn! We could have stopped and gone.
Well,
up
it
to
didn't
5
even
and
matter.
let
We
Jaden
would have not have seen this scenario. We would have. This would have been a good
There's your
scenario
scenario,
trade up for
Casey.
Jaden Daniels.
trade up to 5, get Jane Daniels. That'd have been sick.
We
Damn.
But
could-
so all
we
four
could-
quarter-
Yeah.
Well,
all
I mean,
four quarterbacks
that's
are
how we
gone.
wanted it to play out. We're all
This
four
is still
quarterbacks
this
are
is
gone
still the
by
way we
11.
wanted to play out.
This
so.
is a real.
Exactly.
This is a real scenario right here.
This
I mean,
is
look.
this is Kwesi Adolfomensa's plan G right here.
I mean,
This is his contingency upon contingency right here.
I mean, look. You could trade back, right? Or you could go 3 deep at wide receiver
Cooper DeJean right now.
and add Romo Dunze to the crew. So
No,
yeah,
I want to. I want to
Romo,
see what those
Dunze.
trades are looking like.
Okay, there's plenty of them.
I know a lot of people say Byron Murphy. Here.
Pick 14. We have 14,
Let somebody-
17, 22,
let somebody trade
27,
up for
30,
Knicks
31.
and then stick at 23. Someone's coming up for Knicks here. Let's
Okay.
fleece
I mean,
them.
the Saints would probably be that team right now. So it's
Yeah, they could use
Saints
the
at
picks.
14, Jags at 17, Philly at 22, Cardinals 27, Baltimore 30, San Francisco 31. I assume after that we don't want to trade out of the first round.
We
here.
got a lot of Murphy, but no, we'll do some trades here.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're- yeah.
Well,
if we
think about
trade
this:
14, we
Denver
could
and
still get
Raiders both
Murphy.
need quarterbacks too.
Yeah, we could.
We could get Murphy at 14.
So are we thinking 14? Maybe try to squeeze 14 and 45 for 11?
I don't think there's another team that's gonna be motivated enough to come up to 11 outside of the Saints. Like past them, there's not
Well, we
really a
got 9
quarterback
trade
needy
offers.
team at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
but
do
I
have
mean,
9 trade
but
offers.
6 of them, and that's so it's if we run through them again. Saints at 14, Jags at 17, Philly at 22, Cardinals at 27, Baltimore at 30, San Fran at 31. How far back do we want to go?
Well, we can always go to
23.
14 and see if we get another offer.
We could. Oh yeah, we could always draft
Let's do
Romo.
that.
Doomsday
Let's
and- we could always
grab their
draft Romo,
second round
Doomsday,
pick
Penix.
and grab their second round pick and see if they'll take one of
They
our
wouldn't bite. They wouldn't bite on that.
Well,
Let's get
let's
Quasi as many
give 'em a fourth, give 'em a fourth.
microtransactions as you can do.
They're not biting.
It's getting close.
I don't want to
Fourth.
give up that much though. I mean, try it.
To get a second round pick, try it. Just try that right there.
Yeah.
They don't want Bo Nix bad enough, I guess.
I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't-
Idiots.
Let's go to 17.
17. Jags
And then
have. I mean,
Same thing.
the farther we go back, I don't think. Ooh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
They're being aggressive. Can we squeeze a little more out of them? Maybe.
Squeeze
Hey,
them.
there we go. Look at that.
Let's
All
go.
right. All right.
They have
All
been
right.
squozing.
So they came up for Romo Doomsday. That's fair. That's really fair, actually. I'd like that.
Oh, Byron Murphy's still out there.
I think,
yeah, slam.
I think he pulled
I
the
think
trigger,
you
Byron
just-
Murphy.
You just pull the trigger here.
Yep, Byron
Sprint
Murphy.
to the podium. Sprint
All
to the
right.
podium.
That's an A+ move going there.
Yep. And now, I mean, are we?
Music goes
we
right here.
go further? I don't know, man. Are we
Is,
digging into
is
QB?
he
Are we
there?
looking here? Or are
Oh,
we
hey,
thinking
look at that.
move back a little bit more? Maybe grab one of them. Titans at 38,
No,
38, 43, 55, 81, 96.
you'd have to take the QB here. I think.
Yeah, I mean, because I mean, they have
I
nothing
think
else. that really
Penix is
pushes
going
me
to
trade
last
back.
for the second round.
I mean, or do we just double down on defense?
Oh, we could drop down to 38, but someone's gonna go above us.
Yeah,
with a
someone will be
QB
desperate
in real
enough to
life.
grab their court. I mean, in this scenario, do we just think like
Denver,
the
Raiders
flexibility,
still haven't got their QB right.
the contingency here is that you could just snag a Penix a little bit early, probably, but you could still get him.
You could get him
Yeah,
at
because
38.
Denver and the Raiders, man, if we go down to 38,
Well, they have to like them
Add
as
to the edge rusher
prospects.
room. I don't know.
Latu's there. Okay.
I know.
all right, we're gonna load defense. We're going with Sam Darnold, guys. Here we go.
We got an
Tristan
Eagles
Payne.
draft coming if we go Latu or something.
So what do we think? What are we thinking here?
Big ones,
What do you guys
powers.
want? What do you guys want to do?
You guys really like your offensive lineman.
Cooper is too big of a value. Pick Cooper DeJean.
This guy's no ball.
Addison.
Cooper.
Penix could have been dope. Love Edison.
No penis, please.
I love Addison, bro. Have you seen the pictures of Addison lately? That dude put on like 10 pounds of straight muscle, it looks like. Hey, what up, Zoe?
So what are we thinking here, fellas? What do you guys want to do? The
Do we
trade.
have a
None of
third
the
now.
none
We
of the
have a third
trades.
now. Are we gonna Spencer Rattler in the third?
Maybe.
All right, let's
I mean,
go.
Dave, do you want to go? Which do you want to go quarterback here?
Well, I mean, aren't we though going to go quarterback this year?
I mean, if in the real scenario, if we're at 23,
I mean, if this was if I had total faith in our quarterback room right now, I'd be like, yeah, let's go get the best player available.
So which court? I guess. So I guess at this point we're looking Bo Nix and Michael Penix here. Which one are we thinking?
I'm gonna put it in the chat. I'm gonna put it in the chat. I'll let the
Nobody's
chat
gonna
decide.
nobody's gonna vote. Not a single person's gonna vote. They're gonna say put other in there and other will win.
No, I'm not even gonna do that.
Just between the two.
Yep.
All right, let's get a Pratt or a Rattler in the third round. Take the best player available. Let's do it.
Wait a second. We'll let them do it.
Defense or Penix or Bo Nix.
All right, I put a Bo Nix or Penn. I mean, that's the hard part. I'd be like, if this happened in the actual draft, man,
Our defense,
I'd be so
looking sweet and we can
disappointed.
still get sweat.
I'm trying to think if we're sitting at 23 and both Nix and Penix are there, and obviously we weren't able to get one of the top 4 quarterbacks. I feel like I'd be like, fuck. I'd probably be just stop watching, but
I think Penix has the most like if you take Penix, I think you like last year's actually pretty replicable with like what you had in Kirk. Like he's
Yeah.
accurate, he
left-handed.
stands tall in the pocket. He's going to deliver the ball over the middle of the field.
He's not
Good
going to move a
footwork.
lot.
He'll be able to feed the weapons. But yeah, you're not
He's
like
polished.
he's polished, but you're not getting a different type of quarterback than
which
we
scares
had.
me.
Which yeah, exactly. Like he doesn't give you much juice, which is kind of what we've all been pining for
Right.
6
But
years.
I mean, rookie contract. He's.
I was
I mean-
just there.
We got 55% on Knicks.
Oh, it just got back to 50.
Just got back to 50.
Next vote
50.
wins. Next vote wins.
Yep,
Knicks
next
or
vote
is it
wins.
Knicks or Penix or what?
Yeah, between just Knicks and Penix.
I mean, we do have some other. I mean, there's some other solid options in the chat. Taking a guy like Cooper and trading back up for Knicks. I think that could be an option here.
We don't want Cooper here.
I'm third.
Oh wait,
Did we get a
Cooper-
second round pick?
Dijon.
Oh,
Yeah.
did we get a second round pick in that trade?
Yes, yeah, we have 48.
Yeah, we got it. We have 48.
All right.
Which we could use to move back up in the top of the second and grab a quarterback if we so chose, and we could
True.
load up on corner and grab a Cooper DeJean here.
How about we do that? Let's try to do that. Let's try to move up to pick 32 to grab one of the.
All right, let's
quarterbacks.
try it.
Okay, so we're gonna go pretty slow here because we want to be able to kind
We
of.
look like freaking geniuses.
Yep.
So we are. I mean, is everybody
So-
cool with Cooper DeJean? Nate, what do you guys want to do? I mean, Latu
You
still
could go with
there. I mean,
Latu.
there's a
I
lot of
Latu.
options here. Like
Latu.
we did.
Dave
get
likes
some edge
himself some
rushers.
Latu. Let's give Dave.
I
his
saw that
guy.
guy running drills at the combine,
Yeah.
man. That guy got
Right.
balance.
And the
Well,
medical,
he was
checked out after
medically,
he retired. He
Yeah,
medically
medically
yeah.
retired with an injury,
and
but he
then
came
said,
back
"You
and
That's
know
had
why I
what?
11
love him.
sacks.
Because he's a comeback kid.
He's a comeback kid." He
And
said,
the
"You
dude,
know
but
what?
that's the thing. If the medicals stay the way they are, the dude's going to be an absolute animal. So I'm fine with that. I say we got defensive
Tristan does
interior.
that.
We
We
got
do need
another
a.
young
We
edge
definitely
rusher
do
here
need
as
a
well.
corner more, but
I'm happy with it.
Well, it's like the Daniel Hunter thing. It was a freak neck injury, so it's not like it's an injury prone. Like it's not like a bad
Right.
knee or something.
Right.
Like
So here's what I'm thinking. Then are we thinking just to maybe trade up, get that fifth year option, which I know has become
Yeah.
a little less desirable here? Do we stop at the Chiefs
At
and try to
32?
You
move
can
that
try to
up?
try to trade to Kansas City.
Yeah, I like
Yep.
that idea.
so.
oh,
Stop
Ravens
here.
chop Robinson's sick.
I
All
mean,
right, we can still have both quarterbacks on the board.
I like Chop Robinson. I wouldn't
yes, we
mind
do.
drafting him either.
Yeah, chops off.
So
He's
Penix
an
is-
outside linebacker
Penix is the
edge
favorite.
all day long.
Penix is the favorite according to the poll here.
Mhm. So I mean,
All
at
right.
this
Hey,
point,
Latu. Sorry, Tristan.
And
This is
we do
about
it.
to be a little 2015 special. The 3 first rounders.
I mean, at this point, I mean, it's going to cost you quite a bit to get up there. I mean, you're looking here probably. I mean, I guess maybe you could toss in a little few later picks, see what happens.
Oh, there you go.
50, 60% chance.
Yeah, let's do that.
57,
Let's give
35. I say we try this one. Nope, not
Yeah.
that.
no.
See if they take it. They took it. We're on the board. And looks like Penix
We're in the
wins.
same situation. Penix is the favorite to the polls.
The thing is, you make this trade up to get the
You
fifth year
are.
option on the guy, which again, I think now it's full. I think before it was like fully guaranteed, like on injury or something like that. Now it's a fully guaranteed fifth year, which I mean,
Right.
but still 5 years of control of the player, I think is solid. So
Yeah. And it's hard for me because I think I like Penix better as like I think he's the better quarterback, but I'm with Johnny where that is not the type of quarterback I want.
Yeah, I
So
think
it's
though,
a tough
like
decision.
if you're sitting right here, you're pretty desperate
up, Michael?
to like. You're pretty desperate for him to
I
at
know.
I
least
think we
be a
should let Yogi
passable
decide
quarterback.
here.
And I think Penix is the higher floor.
yeah, I would agree. But I'm cool. I mean, at this point, it just kind of whatever.
What does the trade look like real quick? Just click that.
The
We just traded up.
Be down to 35.
We're playing chess out here.
Oh
Yeah, I like that. Down to
four-dimensional-
35.
Four-dimensional chess.
I mean,
Trade up to get the fifth round
but they're
option
gonna-
and be like, no, never mind.
They're gonna be
Nah,
asking-
We changed our mind.
we couldn't get that out of him, but could we get like?
Has anybody ever done
71?
that where they traded up to their
And then
pick
trade-
and then traded down?
I highly
Yeah.
doubt it.
I mean, we wouldn't be able to get really anything, like we get we really wouldn't be able to get anything extra out of him without having to give up.
Yeah,
more
good
capital.
point, Charlie.
So I don't know. What are you guys thinking?
I mean, we'll go with the chat. It's Penix.
It's Penix.
60% to
All right.
40%.
I mean, half the chat's gonna. I mean, this. I don't know. This draft is gonna be kind of funny.
And then I got to hear for like 8 years. I wish we got a mobile quarterback.
Well,
I know, and I will be one of those guys that say that.
Well, to me, it doesn't matter who we draft. I mean, just by looking at how the Twitterverse is reacting to the rumors about different quarterbacks, no matter who this team drafts, there will be a large portion of the fan base saying the team messed up, and that's just the way. And that's just the way it works.
Oh,
I mean, you're going to see that with any team, unfortunately. But I don't know. I guess the chat wants Penix, so we'll take Michael Penix at 32.
All right,
That's what we're doing.
look at that draft. Who thought we'd got 3 firsts out of this deal, man? Or no, what'd we do?
We
took 3 firsts.
No. Oh yeah, we do have.
We got Byron Murphy, we got Latu, and we got Michael Penix. I mean, look, if you can't find a way to get up to the top 4 and get one of those, or if you can't find a way to get the top 4 guys, that would be I mean, that's a pretty solid outcome for that scenario.
Or what do we got here? Sweat? Is he there? He's gone, right?
He's gone. But I mean, you still do have but we have Byron Murphy, so I mean, we're solid there.
Jackson would be a good choice at this point.
I mean, yeah, if you're looking corner, Cam Hart's right there. I mean, I think you take a swing.
Oh, we haven't taken Cam.
Yeah. Let's just pull the trigger here.
Boom.
And then 129. If Cooper Beebe just went, I'm sad. Yeah, this was the guy right here that I've his name's kind of been coming. I think Yogi was the one that was first on the scene with him. From what I know.
Oh, I thought he said 250-pound guard.
No.
Yeah, I think he was second in the nation in total pressures, I think. Second or third.
It said class G, and I guess that means graduate. I thought it was guard. He's 250 pounds. Like, holy shit. Was it 1970?
So I mean, at this point, yeah, you could be looking not tackle. You could be looking interior, which I mean, you got the 3 Michigan guys, obviously. I know Dan was high on Hunter Nuzad. I mean, at 129, I think that's too early there. I mean, I don't think you're going to make that big of a swing.
How big is the center from Michigan, Nugent?
He is 6'2", 301.
So, same.
Mm-hmm. I mean, or you look, I mean, we got our corner, or you know, maybe you double up on interior here again. I mean, it's possible. Get a wide receiver yet? We didn't. I mean, let's see who's there at wide receiver for Gary.
Oh, Cornelius.
Oh yeah, he had a bunch of hype at some point.
6'3", 208. Like, solid size for a receiver.
He was decent.
Be our tallest receiver.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we could just swing Luke McCaffrey for fun.
I mean, I say we go. What did you see at guard?
Who's that dude that ran that 4.29 or whatever?
Do we just snag one of the? I mean, it's a little early based on draft position for one of the Michigan guys right now.
Just go to all. Go to all.
Yeah, I mean,
I say we get. Where's McKinney at in this?
Who's that?
I think he went.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
McKinney. He went 2 picks before us.
Oh yeah, dang.
We get how many? We just got the 1 pick left.
My gut says Cooper Beebe really goes second or third. He could. He's.
I think so.
Absolute animal. He's.
I saw a mock today where someone had him. I think it was like Daniel Jeremiah's mock or something like that, where he went in the first round. I forgot whose it was. It was one of those big names.
Is that his chaos draft where he did all the trades?
I believe so. Yeah,
it might have been. All right, I say we just pull the trigger. We could always go. We kind of got a lot of linebackers now.
I mean, we don't have any like big time linebackers though. So I mean, if there is one that is solid here, we could take them. But
let's pull it. Let's do
grab Allen again here. Bring the running back.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sure. I mean, we added. Yeah. I mean, we added so much defense to this draft. Like,
right.
F it.
Penix is seen 2.0. Could be. Could be.
So let's see how they grade this one. A+, A-, solid.
An A.
That's funny. We get an A+.
Solid.
And we get an A, but the other one was like A+. We got an A+ on the quarterback, and then everybody else was like C or B.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got an A+.
We take that. We take
We'll take that draft.
I think we're all in kind of agreement. This would be like absolute. I mean, I don't want to call it doomsday scenario, but also like close to it, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Rose finding the door on after getting the drink on the Titanic, and she lives. Because that basically was we saved our draft. You know,
Right. Exactly. I mean, yeah, if you can't
that
get
was
Griffin to the
insane
top
results,
5 and
I
this is
think.
what happened, I'm cool.
I mean, we played probably the 3 scenario other than trading up to grab JJ McCarthy, but since he dropped to us, I mean, I guess I don't know. We already traded up to 3, so we already know how that's going to work out after we trade up for a pick.
Right, absolutely.
So it didn't really matter. But
with that, I think that's gonna be the last one here. We do still got to give away the card. I know Johnny's got to get going. So Johnny, thank you so much for hopping in. We appreciate your insight and the help. Anytime, you're always welcome. Just let us know.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
And definitely go follow Bite Size Sports with Johnny and his crew over there on YouTube. I dropped the link again in the comments here. Go do that. And then we're about to give away the card here, the Ivan Pace Jr. Pandora out of 400 rookie Prizm. Yes, numbered Ivan Pace Jr. rookie card. And we have the draft party that we had last year where everybody comes and joins. We do like a simulcast thing. And I got a Ivan Pace Jr. auto out of 10 coming to give away on that. And that would be a nice card. That'd be a nice card. So just a heads up to everybody. We're going to have a nice card on the draft show. So definitely be there for that.
Hell yeah. And then if you guys want any non-Vikings NFL stuff, go check out the Simon Short podcast, Short with 2 T's. That's why I have to jump off. I'm prepping for that. We're doing a draft exercise for the other teams. We're doing AFC North and AFC West today. That'll be out tomorrow.
Nice.
But he does really good stuff too outside of that. So check him out.
Sounds good, Johnny. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
You guys.
Yeah, appreciate it popping on, dude.
All right. Roll that card, Jamie.
Yeah. All right. Last chance to get in here. 15 people in. We'll be running this. The Ivan Pace Jr. out of 400. Vikings slow. What's going on, Garrett? Vikings win at life, not having Kirk. Yeah, pretty much. Hey, what up, Mateo, by the way?
I did see Barber did have a question up here. What y'all think about the 2 signings we did today? Depth
pieces.
I know Jihad's coming off a pretty big season, 5 sacks, career high. So maybe there could be something there, but at the very least, it's bodies. So
yeah,
at a position where we didn't have a lot of bodies.
Not letting go of his spot. That's for sure.
Yeah, Too Evil. You did miss your last win. I'm sorry to say it. Yeah,
I know. Too Evil.
Really.
I know.
Quaylen Roy is gonna show up.
Yeah, I know. That's another thing too. Casey was a big Roy fan last year. He looked solid in the limited playing time he had.
Yeah.
Rap just did a video. Caleb Manning is Caleb Williams gonna pull a Eli Manning.
I hope so. That would be hilarious. Because man, I do not like looking at him throw the ball on his pro day. Even though it's scripted, all that stuff, but still. I was have to wait, add more candles to my Bo Nix Carson Wentz shrine. So Bo Nix is officially the Too Evil guy, huh? Him and Sam Hartman.
Then in about 10 years, then about 5 years, he'll be talking about.
Too Evil to Hope like Bo Nix?
I think so. I think he's a Bo Nix guy.
Oh wow, kindred spirits, me and Too Evil to Hope.
Hey, appreciate you. Appreciate that big time.
Is this your first time hopping in here?
I'm telling you,
I've seen your name pop up before.
Yeah, I don't know. This might be his first time in.
And if it's not, I'm sorry for not noticing you earlier. There's a lot to look at when I'm in here, so it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. I miss things.
The Ivan Pace rookie juniors, I'm telling you, there's not a lot of, since he was undrafted, there's not a lot of his rookie cards out there. Only Prizm and Absolute made rookie cards of him. So if he ends up being the stud we think he is, his rookie cards are always going to be worth a lot more than the average player.
And if you're listening to the show for the first time and not in the chat, we do this on Wednesdays every week at 6:30 Central, but we swap channels.
Yes.
So if you still want to watch this, but next week it'll be on Minnesota Sports Talk. So make sure you have subscribed, hit your notifications on both channels. So Minnesota Sports Talk and DG Sports Podcast.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
And I see we have gotten 3 new subs tonight. If you are one of them that is in here,
appreciate you big time. And again, go to Minnesota Sports Talk and watch our watch our video with Media Vikings legend Wabi. It's a fantastic. Put it in the chat because honestly, it's one of the best times I've had making content, just because it was very interesting to see his point of view from being in the thick of being in the main media guy in free agency, in the draft process, and being able to see all those kinds of things. And then at the end of it, we kind of go into who he likes in this draft, what he thinks the Vikings are going to do, what he thinks all the moves we've made means. So all that good stuff, but it's a great video. Definitely recommend it. It was a good time.
For sure. And hey, we appreciate it, man. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be happy. We'll be happy to see you back in the chat. Absolutely.
Yeah, for real. And
all right, I'm going to put that video here. There we go. I put it in the chat.
Thank you.
I don't see it in the chat though. I see it when I put it on when I'm watching on YouTube, but I don't know.
Weird. I'll go grab it as well.
We appreciate that, man. Appreciate it.
Dude, for real. And we go, Dave, you'll have to let them know your schedule, but we go every Monday at 6:00 with just me and Casey with GG Sports Podcast. And then every Wednesday with all three of us on the Skol Experience at 6:30. These are Central Times, by the way.
I only got one scheduled show right now, and that's this one on Wednesdays. I plan on restarting up the drive, which happens at 5:00 Central. We'll see when I start doing that. Maybe this week. I don't know. And then I put up interviews, and I usually post them in the morning. But as far as live shows go, it's this one, and I'm about to start something back up at 6:00 Eastern, 5:00 Central.
Yeah,
called The Drive.
So that is why you need to hit that notification bell, turn on all notifications. Every time Dave goes live, you'll know.
And we may or may not be bringing back Under the Lights.
Ooh. But yeah, that link is the one to the Wabi video. Very good. But I'm gonna give this card away. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Who is it going to be tonight? Let's see.
Will we have a new winner?
I mean, there's some new guys in here. There's some new ones in here. You got to be here to win, though. That's the rule. You got to be here, Tristan.
And remember, just because you didn't see your name run through there's too many names sometimes, doesn't mean you weren't entered. If you hit Tristan, this is hashtag Skol, and you were definitely.
It's a conspiracy.
Tristan, this is your first time winning, right?
Are you still here? He commented
pretty recently.
Literally within this last minute. So,
and if you ever see Skol for Life, tell me one.
Hey, what up, James?
Tell me one Dalvin
Keep
Cook.
Killing it, brother. Rigged. Hey, let's go. Here, I'm going to put our email in here. If you want to just email a good mailing address so I can send that card to you. Or you can hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, or anything like that. But here's our email address. Just click that. And then, just let us know what your address is so I can get that card to you as soon as possible. ggsportscentral@gmail.com.
Yes, we know it's not GG Sports Podcast. We thought we were gonna have to go.
Well, it was taken away. Someone had it. Had it. It was complicated.
Email you might. Yes.
Yep, just email the address.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can always find, if you rather find us on Twitter, or we're on all the social medias, GG Sports Podcast on all of them. But yeah, if you just click that email us your address, and I'll send that to you right away. Should be there within a week.
Absolutely. So, anything else before we hop off here? We've already done enough plugging of our channels. I feel like we don't need to burn their ears with more. Where can you find us? Hit subscribe.
Yeah. I mean,
do it if you haven't.
Of course. I mean, it feels like every day, anything could happen for us. Like every day, you just feel like the trade's gonna happen, and I don't know. It's gonna keep us on our toes because I honestly don't. If my gut tells me that the trade doesn't happen until the day of the draft. And we kind of feel it out as we go through. And I think that's the smartest thing for the Vikings to do, even if it makes me shit my pants watching that draft.
Right.
It's a smart thing, but it's going to scare me.
That night after work, I'll be leaving for Brainerd. So I don't know if I'm going to get there before the draft. I'll be there before the Vikings pick, but I don't know if I'm going to get there before the draft actually starts or not. So
it's going to be
watching on my phone.
It's going to be intense, but
it's going to be a time. That's for sure. Excited. Only a month and 5 days, and we'll be right there.
That's the longest month of my life.
But all right, everybody.
Awesome, I got you.
Email. Perfect, man. Yeah, awesome. We'll get that to you shortly here. So, yeah, thanks everybody again for hopping in. We appreciate big show tonight. Actually, we're hitting, I think, 75 people in overall, 23 people from YouTube. So we really appreciate everybody hopping in. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Skol Vikes.